Cash, but you have to remember they did play Astralis on this map, and they had one very strong performance indeed. 16-2, I believe. As we get into it, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise again. Let's give this the justice it deserves. Mousesports on the CT side, 4 sets of armor, Sticker with a defuse kit, a couple of flashbangs, a Deagle again for Guardian. Watch out for that, it's going to be deadly, especially on Cash. I wasn't so excited about it being on Nuke, but we'll see whether he can light up the scoreboard here as the first shots are fired.
After swinging around, you're right. Again, Guardian with a Deagle. We mentioned it previously, that it's not often him that goes that direction. Still have the investment for the AWP player on FaZe, and they'll back off B. They put some pressure out toward Checker to at least realize that they don't have any fast aggression on the B side of the map, and not spotting anyone that deep as well, or at least getting that deep. Suggests that the retake A might not be the standard strat in this case. It's certainly an A open bomb site, but not A main. They've pushed beyond A.
There it is.
Guardian with the Deagle finds Oscar. That's a great start.
Absolutely is. It's going to be Nico now picking up that USP. Puts a silencer back on for good measure, as they will commit. The smoke's down towards Highway. The next kill will be very important indeed. It's Rain to strike. That's going to be a bomb going down. Rops can't do anything. Nico, his nemesis, finds yet another headshot. It's a 5-on-2. Chris J and Sunny left looking at 6s and 7s here. They're absolutely out of the round. Chris J, 9 HP. He'll be dropped momentarily. He'll get one consolation prize perhaps, but Guardian, as predicted on Cash, finds the opening kill. Wasn't a long range, wonderful showstopper, but it still was the first pick, and that started the opening at least towards the A-bomb site.
Effective. That's all that matters. FaZe 3 pistols now in this series out of 3.
Absolutely, and we'll see if Mousesports decide to force buy. A lot of teams opting not to get the armor on the second round here. It looks like Mousesports are doing the same. Upgraded pistol, short for Sticko, Sunny, Christian and Oscar. Yeah, they don't have armor. It's just going to be Rops who went for the Deagle and the Kevlar itself. FaZe, fast play towards middle, very standard stuff. Sticko certainly has the grounds to try and shut one of them down. Not the strongest frag on the Mousesports side. Does spot one, but can't inflict any damage just yet.
Kerrigan flashed off. That does mean they're going to push through. Kerrigan's aware of it. Oscar still manages to be found. Taken down. Small damage done, but that's inconsequential, especially when you've got 2 rifles to back you up, Nico and Guardian. And they find Chris. Sonny left with his deal. Not only him, Rops as well from range. Rops as well from range. Normally renowned for accuracy. Can't quite get anything done this time around. Although Rain overcommits, you could argue. And he'll be taken down. 5 HP left for Rops.
Well, there it is. Quite the clean round there from FaZe. They do take a little bit of damage when Rain gets dropped, but they know they're up against the full eco. Going to round number 3 here. If you are just joining us, the first map was chaotic. And it seemed like Mousesports are running away with it. I thought, well, here we go again. 3 maps in this series. But all of a sudden, Nico turned up in that 4 versus 2 clutch and got us to where we are now. FaZe Clan moving on to their map pick, Cash. And they've now won the pistol. It's a full eco for Mousesports. Round number 3. Just some basic weaponry, default pistols with a couple of P250s as Guardian looks to make his mark on the round as he faces towards middle. Ooh, a rush from the CTs. Here we go. Spots them all. Good Molotov will hold them at bay. Let's go towards B now.
Great nade as well. Press Sunny, Rops all tagged significantly. Guardian's worked his way up behind this MX. If he doesn't hit shots, that will be overrun. And Sunny, it's a good one from far, so he does go down. AK dropped available, but I imagine Olaf will have other words about that. He's got to be careful not to get any further damage implicated onto him, however. He certainly will not. Not with Rain to fire down with the USP. 3-0 for FaZe, and now we get Mouse onto guns, and we'll do so. It's a tough call if they want to go to the AWP because they actually forget that idea. They're going to go immediately onto the double up. I was going to say this is going to limit them so much for utility, but they're going to go firepower instead.
Why wouldn't you, though? You've got 2 very strong AWP players, and you know FaZe won't be bringing out the AWP in this first gun round. Oh, they actually have. I beg your pardon, so I didn't expect that to be coming out.
Oh, that didn't work. They wanted to get it to Olaf for the spawn, so they could try and rush B.
Cancel that. Give it back to Guardian. But double AWP set up, absolutely. Oscar and Chris J. This is why they don't take that force buy in the second round. This is where they're going to feel most comfortable. FaZe Clan would have had all the information there from that Astralis game. They could have watched this. They picked this map for a reason. They feel like they've spotted a weakness in the defense of Mousesports, especially after winning that first map in crazy fashion. They know they've got the upper hand here. 3-0, very important round. 2 AKs galore. Kerrigan still on that UMP. Guardian, one of the most scary sniper players in the game. Looking towards checkers. Still plenty of time to work with here. can see, I think, a boost towards the A bomb site from the CTs. Yes, indeed. Sunny will be up there. Baited in by Oscar. The idea is Oscar will take one shot, presumably get a kill, fall back towards a bomb site, and hopefully set the scene for Sunny to be undetected. This Guardian, though, to open things up towards the B bomb site. They'll commit, and it's just one player ready and waiting. That's Chris J. Flashed off. Great flashbang. Smoke is good as well. He's in a lot of trouble here.
Can't find the angle on the left because he knows they've bypassed to underneath the heaven. That's what he was hoping to get instead. Try and stay alive. Self-preservation can't do it. Kerrigan over the edge of the headshot. And that allows the bomb to get on top of the platform already. Mousesports back off. So this time, FaZe not only gets the pistol, they'll get the first gun round. So 4-0 on their map choice. Mousesports definitely have their work cut out for them.
They certainly do, Matthew. 5-on-3. Rain is taking no prisoners, though, as he takes down Sunny. A key scalp to take. Now the AWP sits towards the squeaky door. Sticko boosting up. You don't see this boost very often, I have to say. So it'll be up to Sticko now to try and hold them off. Nico's coming, though. He should be taken down. Oscar with a very strong angle. I can't imagine a world where Nico takes him. There it is. Oscar finds yet another. Rain seems to know that boost could be happening right now. Pre-fires the angle somewhat. These are actually very important frags. If FaZe can just find one more, which they do, they set themselves up tremendously well, as Oscar will stay alive. They're worth it. If you do take the AWP out of his hands, you know that's one of the world's best AWPers, not coming to the next round whatsoever. They've still got plenty of cash on the FaZe side. That's nothing to worry about. 4-0. But still, watch out for Oscar this round. He knows he has to step up here. And the best thing about cash for CT-sided AWPer is the amount of options you have at the very start of each round. Squeaky door, main entrance, middle, B storage. You can get aggressive and find those first picks, funnel the opposition to the other side of the map, and you can rotate. That's what we need to see from Oscar this time. He can't rest on his laurels. We'll see if he can maybe find an opening pick here.
Push through, right side. It does get caught on the inside of the garage as well, though. So Guardian, Rain, all holding bay, at least for now. No pressure toward mid. Expected with pistols. You could go for a stack up by the doorway, but the garage doorway, but it'd be a bit of a gamble play and a risky one at that, considering they boost above as Rain's done. So the opt for Oscar stays on the site at A, watching highway, knowing that they have given up middle, but the problem is also giving up events, and they're going to give up B. That's where they're all going to head. Rop's back site wasn't so fantastic with a deagle in rounds 2, and this time shut down as he tries to line up the headshot. Guardian with the kill. And Oscar fired a shot. I imagined, or at least thought, that he was just going to run away silently.
Yeah, you'd think
give it up.
The fact he's suggested now he is in CT spawn, they might be flirting with the idea of hunting him down. He actually sits in the proper spawn area of the CTs. Very common position to try and save weaponry here. Do FaZe make the same mistake and push forward and allow him to find more kills? Kerrigan, all the cleanest of frags, goes down to 5 HP, but he does get the killing blow on Sunny there. 5-on-2. Oscar and Sticko won't be able to win the round, but just holding on to the AWP is going to be the main objective here. Sticko can't ninja defuse. It might have looked quite tantalizing there, but out of defuse kit. Can't really do much about it. Guardian ready and waiting. And it will be quite a clean sweep as FaZe find themselves at 5-0 here. Already a map in the bag in his best of 3. Oscar will hold on to the AWP. He's got 6K in his bank account, so he can drop weaponry for his teammates if required here. I don't think he'll have to. He can just make sure he buys all the grenades, get a defuse kit for himself. Round number 6 comes through. FaZe running away with this one. Remember, recovering from that sort of loss in the first map, overtime after having such a lead, such a locked-in game, it can be devastating to the morale of the team. 10 minutes in between his map is not going to be enough to calm yourself down. I mean, tilt is an appropriate word going into map number 2. And they've had so much heartbreak recently with those sort of results. QB Fire comes to mind, and then ECS Finals as well. Close but no scar every single time.
Just to push up, smoke down to cover off. He's hold the boxes. The fact that they also have Rops toward the vents means he's got a play in this, a trade potential, but Rops is occupied. He's busy with Sunny, and they certainly shut down mid altogether. It's just Nico. But it still is a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, he has a chance within this one, let me tell you. Oscar and Rops, though, 2 formidable opponents.
Now we'll go back to useless.
It's actually 1 versus 4. It's a bit of a...
It's true. We were getting thrown off by the HUD because Sunny was also in his picture. I was going to say, where did the second trade come in middle? I didn't see it, but
I didn't see a trade.
Misleading.
But then it is a 1 versus 4.
I'm just a puppet. I do what I'm told.
Yeah. Well, Nico will be told to go on the floor. Sunny will take him down. 5 versus 1. And in terms of the money, it's actually pretty decent still for FaZe, understandably so. Rob's doing a great job, 1 by 1 by FaZe going into that one. You can see they were just trying to trade out. It wasn't ideal going through the smoke, but they'd already committed. Once 2 players go in, you're going to have to try and trade those frags out. Not meant to be, and Mousesports do post their first round. 4 players survive. Double orb setup comes into fruition once again. We'll have Guardian back on the AWP. Chris J 1 and 5, looking to make his mark as we head into this round. Guardian will watch towards main entrance.
Got in there with Rain as well. They'll watch for the flash through because Oscar, AWP is going to go aggressive, but Guardian's ready for it, and Oscar goes down early. The first op gone. So Chris, aggressive last time over toward B, is going to do the same thing, having not been spotted that time. That means Rops is going to leave him to his own devices because they need to get back toward A. That first pick is an invitation for FaZe. They want to take it. They want to push the site. Molotov behind Forklift, but the smoke there as well will also allow them to dance in around it until such time that Kerrigan gets so deep in the site that Sticko has nowhere else to go, wow. And Guardian takes down Rops. What a clean entrance.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. You can see everything's on point. It's a nice strat out of the book. One smoke towards Highway, Molotov towards the Forklift. Coming out together, the flashbangs timed to perfection. Nico orchestrates it all from the squeaky door to set his teammate up perfectly, and they get through, and not a single kill picked up by Mousesports. They had a clean round before. They'll have money to buy here, but after Oscar goes down, that was their cue to strike. As soon as they knew they took down one of the big names on the Mousesports side, dropped the smokes to Molotov, so flashbangs going in. Guardian, so aggressive. You can see him just jumping up on the bomb side there, trying to find the kills. 2 for him in that round, 6-1. We will have a buy for Mousesports. Oscar, like we said, 8K will drop a weapon and buy himself the AWP. Still going to be a bit of a stretch, though. 1 for Mass, 1 UMP, a distinct lack of utility. Chris J have no nades whatsoever as we head into round number 8. Olafmeister is given the AWP with that decent spawn. You can beat them there at the very start. And it's an A push here. 4 players committed, and Nico knows they're at the locker room right now. He'll hold them off for now, but Oscar will strike first.
Sonny pushing all the way up from Squeaky, and Chris underneath, though, could be extremely solid for Sonny. He takes the first kill immediately on Rain. That's going to call the aggro away, but they traded back, and Sonny, interestingly, left alive with not much else in the play. Chris gets found. That's a brilliant pick from Guardian, but it may not matter because Sticko still gets Olaf. Kerrigan deep inside of B, trying to salvage something in this. He'll stay put. But little does he know that Rops has actually let him go and is perfectly aligned, therefore, to take out Guardian. They have considered the possibility that Checker's still a danger. Guardian, good find to Sticko as well. Rops is waiting for him to walk in. Finally, he will get him down. The fact that he Molotov'd it off made me think that, or at least suggested, that Guardian was going to take the duel heads up. Bomb dropped, Kerrigan. Far too easy, I'm afraid. He gets gifted a kill as Oscar jumps toward him.
Rops waiting behind the flames right now. Again, will recover the bomb, but can't quite get the timing there. Nice idea. If you get that Molotov a little bit deeper, he could have caused some real trouble there for Rops, but he holds strong. That's a big round for Mousesports now. Great play from the young Estonian player. We'll follow Sonny's journey on this map so far. Almost dropping 40 frags in the first map. Couldn't quite find the victory. Sits on 4 and 6 right now. Rops, of course, 5 kills. The very top, 6-2. Need to be careful though. Lose this round and still going to find themselves in Nico as FaZe present another full buy. The double orb setup, Oscar and Chris J. Haven't seen anything too crazy in terms of the aggression. Oscar has tried to push through a couple of times towards the main entrance, but shut down both times.
Sonny sneaks back out. This time he's not Molotov'd off, and they've got position to the site. Try and work it back to find Olaf as well. Smoke down. There's no real need for him to push it. Gladly smoke it off and stay put, and Hayden took out Olaf, so it's just Guardian. There's no need to get worried of the threat. Contain, contain, contain. The bomb down inside of the site. Mousesports looking to find round 3, cut the lead in half. Go for the boost. They know Guardian's going to be trying to stay around to get any gun down that he can. He's got to save his AWP in this, truthfully, but fancies his chances at least. He knows that they are weak. Strapped for cash on the other side as well. To admire the discipline.
Do indeed. He knows that if a mistake is made, he can at least cause some damage to the finances of Mousesports here. Bomb down in the middle. Rops coming in behind him. He's locked him in. There's nothing Guardian can really do to escape here. He probably knows that. 5 players alive. If you can find even 2 kills here, it would be worth it. There's no chance to save.
Trying to bait him into some shots. Chris, I think actually just hits Tico trying to wall to where Guardian might be, but it works in the end. He backs off, they get the kill. So all 5 alive. 2 ops saved. No need to pick up the 3rd one. Take the AKs instead.
Looking better now from Mousesports, holding off that set piece from FaZe. They went for a tactic at the very start there, trying to bully their way in towards the A bomb site. You can see Sunny patrolling towards the forklift, managing to find the kills, and setting up his AWP towards that quad position. So the double AWPs is where Mousesports will be their absolute most comfortable. As we go into round number 10 here, just about affording a buy. FaZe will bring 3 AK-47s, a Galil and a UMP, trying to control this game the best they can, but starting to fall apart a little bit at this point. Remember, they've won all pistols so far, 3-0 in those particular rounds. This is what I love about Cash. The fact that Oscar can get into these sort of positions. Flashbang is good though. He negates it, manages to fall back, closes the door behind him, and moves to the MBK position.
Back out through the wall from Oscar. Oh, I thought that actually was going to hit. It's the red showed up on Nico's name, but it's somewhere a little different as it came through the door and did minor damage, just 11. Still setting and ready inside of A main. No evaluation going on toward B. Olaf just holding off mid to make sure they don't give away too much in their commitment toward A. Smokes down. Sunny stuck again. It's not this time burning. He's already down to 14. Last time Kerrigan was easily able to take him in that position. Stick goes ready for it. He goes back out. What a job! As he shuts down 3 and Sunny stays alive because of it, he will inevitably go down to Guardian. The fact that Rops fell as well does certainly make things interesting, but the HP is low enough on both FaZe players that all they really need to do on the Mousesports side is cover the choke points, cover the cross, and with Olaf still holding back toward mid, or at least was, they're going to desperately run this back over toward B.
Great work by Sticko, very controlled with the AK, but is it enough? 3-on-2, Olofmeister, a Guardian low, but it doesn't matter. That's the B bomb site open for business. Luckily, though, for Mousesports, no smokes will be deployed. Olofmeister looks for the cross. Oscar, AWP, nails the shot! Plucks Guardian out of the air. Very well read. 2 versus 1 now. Olofmeister trying to recover the bomb. There it is. 10 seconds remaining. Can't fake this one out. Has to go for it. Oscar will surely wait for his teammate.
Here's Oscar jumping in. You said he would wait. That's a full play because Olaf, he could easily have taken him down. Somehow it works. He's looking for the second player instead. And now another round Mouse. That gives them 3 in a row, 4 in the last 5, so they've certainly changed the momentum of this game.
Absolutely.
But with the bomb plant, with the now what'll be 3rd round bonus, they'll be able to buy on the T side. They'll be slightly shy of an AWP, but again, T side not as important.
Brave work from Oscar there. Money still available for FaZe. That shot, though, from Oscar, that decides the round pretty much. Olofmeister left in a very tricky 2 versus 1. HP wasn't such a big deal there, considering Oscar had the AWP, but overall, it will be 3 rounds in a row. Nico just shaking his head, not too impressed with his teammates' contribution there, it seems.
Keep it to yourself, Nico.
But timeout. This will be tactical for FaZe. A chance just to work out, is it worth a buy here? We'll have a look and see.
To be fair, speaking of contribution and individual players, Nico namely, 1 for 5, whereas Guardian is 13 for 5. So very, very different ends of the spectrum.
They'll go for a partial buy here. CZs. Armor, a few flashbangs, some smokes here. It looks like a set piece towards B. You can use the skylights to push back the CTs, take their vision away. There's this first smoke to get them towards the checkers. You can get a player in the sunroom now. Smoke towards headshot once again. The flashbang might just come through here and save the smokes to CT spawn. There's the flash. Pushes the AWP off. Chris J has to fall back now. He's going to nail that shot, but it's going to be Rops to beat him to the punch here. Needs the 3K to step up here. Chris J having a lot of trouble at the back. AWP recovered now for the T side as this becomes very tricky.
Nico with 2 great kills. He's on 3 HP. It should be enough to hold on to. But if they get the palm down, the fact that they went, oh wow, Guardian. Get back to that thought as he nearly gets the M4 up in time. Nico will not get the bomb. The fact that they went for sort of that mid-level purchase to equalize the money, they actually could have gone a little more aggressively. They were going to get 2,900. If they got the bomb down, they would have been fine either way, but they're playing the long game. T side, they've already got 6 rounds. They're still in the lead, and this gives them everything they want no matter what, with or without that bomb plant. So get the op, they'll get the utility.
Bit of touch and go around there from Mousesports. Could have fallen apart. Kush J not nailing the shots there. The flashbang's very good from FaZe. Got out a pop flash. When you sit back in B storage and just deploy a flashbang that explodes, as soon as it hits the entrance of the B bomb site, that can be very difficult for AWPers to move away and avoid the disabling effect of that particular bit of utility. Chris J, though, no fear this round, pushing towards B storage. Flashbang's coming in once again. He has a gap in the smoke, trying to surprise his opponents. It will be Olaf Meister waiting on the other side, but not giving him the satisfaction. Oscar, aggressive again. We've been talking about this map this time. Nico wises up, takes him down, and they found himself a 5-4.
Just in the corner. Silently. Ooh, was it silent? I think there might have been a step late, but no one that close, I don't think, to have heard it. I don't think Nico would have from that perspective. Patient. Especially awesome. And second time he's gone down early with the AWP. You can see it. Ooh! How does that not hit?
I have no idea, but that one does. Guardian looking towards the boost position finds Sunny. 5-on-3 now, but Sticko has been great in this A. Bomb site not good enough, I'm afraid. Nico will take him down. This is looking like a very convincing round for FaZe. These are the rounds that are working, man. The defaults for FaZe, they're completely outskilling Mousesports in every facet of the map. When they go for these fast set pieces and try and force the issue every single round like they were before, it seems like Mousesports are more coordinated. They're very good at the crossfires and holding off the set pieces. This is where FaZe are doing the most tremendous work, and I feel like they keep this pace, they can run away with this half. But Mousesports still plenty of cash, and Olaf Meister giving us a bit of fun there. He knows what he's doing.
Oh,
he knows what he's doing. Knows exactly where Robs is. He's doing that for the camera, I assure you.
Absolutely. Well, he's just lifting his mouse.
Yeah.
So Chris works in. Nowhere to go. Rain takes him down. FaZe retain the advantage. All 5 up. Not bad. Strengthened up the money last time around as well. Chris is so close on this angle.
Let's have a look. Oh, on the belt.
Apparently, does it clip the edge of the wall? Like, I have no idea on this one. Yeah, that might be CS code.
That's just off his shot, it seems. But there we go. 7-5, FaZe Clan. As Mousesports will buy up into the round, they've purchased an AWP, dropping weaponry where they can. You're right, though. FaZe, excellent start winning the pistol. They tried to dictate the pace, had a great lead, and then as soon as they started forcing themselves in with the set pieces over and over again instead of an objective from the very start, which is fine. But Mousesports are certainly ready for it. It's defaults I'm loving, though. That's where FaZe seem to be opening up the round and finding kills before we can even keep up with them. Difficult bite. Mousesports will bring one for Mass, a UMP, a couple of M4s, and of course the Oscar Orb. Guardian will challenge towards the B area this time.
Chris, quick smoke down. He's up close.
Now that smoke allows him to push forward to that box you can see right there.
Oh, that's a great read, though, by Guardian. He fires early this time. Perhaps all is fair. The last round when Chris's didn't land, but now it's Nico to try and work out toward the door. Couple taps into it, so they're basically playing with a swing default. Bomb will stay back toward mid-range. Nico, they'll work A. Guardian Olaf work B. Push the CTs back. They've done that successfully. Sticko, though, in mid could actually spot. He's in transition. He's got to be careful. Thankfully, the Molotov's still down, meant that they couldn't peek him before he got to Z connector.
Smoke's coming in, another one towards connector. Molotov in the vent. This is great. Slow default into mid control. This is what you want. It's Sticko trying to use that smoke. Though it was misthrown. It should not look like that. It should be in the connector to his advantage. FaZe won't lose anything from it. Right click flashbang coming in, trying to push the CTs back. Oscar flashed in the face now. B-split looking very likely. Carrigan smokes off CT spawn. Olaf Meister, great shot. Rob's left with just the SMG on the bomb site now. They know where he is. He has to deploy a smoke and buy himself some time. Nades coming in. Can he do anything about this? No! Rain takes him down, and that should be the round complete. You're not going for this retake if you're on a CT side right now. Oscar needs to find like a wall back. That's the only way they can really get into it.
Well, he tried, but he's going to back off. They have to as well. As you mentioned, it couldn't get there in time at all. As soon as Chris went down, Rups. Very little in the argument. And this is about to be only a second round
That's
to be accumulated. So $1,900 injected to the economy of the CTs. That's not enough at this point in time.
Just to know, that's a textbook default from FaZe there. Very slow at the very beginning. If you don't get any aggression from the CTs, you bait out their utilities, show a little bit of presence. Then, mid-execution, a couple of smokes, Molotovs to the choke points, and try and get that control. Once you have that, your teammates are getting ready towards the B bomb site. You pincer in together, you start hitting the shots. Pound for pound, the FaZe Clan have got more firepower available to them. Oscar surely can't save the orb once again. Flashbang's good, down he goes. Both kills, in fact, as Sticko and Oscar are dealt with. And that should be the money in disarray now, 8-5. Olofmeister and Rain getting it done. It's applying that pressure, that great smoke towards CT spawn from Carrigan. Flashbang in, nades at the back. They know the CTs can be in two positions, back left or back right. And Robs, he can feel this one slipping away. You can see that head in hands says it all. If they just one nuke, this map wouldn't be too much of an issue. Train, they're very well versed, and you rarely see them play cash. Sure, they had a massive win against Astralis, but usually they don't really touch the map. So we'll see if they can get it together here. Full default in terms of weaponry to see silenced USPs. 2K per player. Money will still be weak for the final round.
Goes deep. Rob's fully blind, and Nico times it to perfection, working through the vent. Really much they're going to be able to do a range against Nico. Running in with the AK, he certainly stepped it up, tried to stack back corner. Even he spots that.
Yeah, can do.
9-5 heading into round 15 when Mouse will try and get at least a 9-6 halftime. Same halftime scoreline that we had on Nuke, this time though in favor of FaZe. Again, T side. Fair enough. Skill to be displayed, but not much more because they've already wrapped around behind, and Oscar is good. Has nothing at all with the pistol against the AWP. Couldn't get anything out of it, and wouldn't get away with the gun anyway.
9-5. Mousesports there with a full eco, though. Scrape together whatever they can here for the final round of the half. Double digits for FaZe. Feels like a death sentence for Mousesports going into the second. They will purchase M4s across the board here. No AWPs. Their preferred setup won't be available. Chris J, 3-12. Very quiet half from him. Great play on Nuke. They have got one defuse kit, a lack of utility. FaZe have made some mistakes, though, on the T side of Cash so far. They'll go for another set piece. This is not a default. This is one of those fast plays again that Mousesports were loving. They were holding it off very well indeed. Carrigan this time with the AWP. Actually, this got double upside on the T side. You didn't really see that too much, but we'll see if they can make it work.
Carrigan just missing the opportunity as the smoke blooms to find the shot toward Highway. Nico does open up the frags against Sunny. You can see solid Guardian when the crossfires are in place.
It's just talking, saying, wait for me to try and see what I can do with this boost.
Look at Chris, though. The reason they're so A-sided right now is he's actually pushed out all the way toward T-spawn.
It's very true. Is that USP out, walking a little bit faster. Guardian still waiting for a mistake to be made, saying he can see above the smoke. If anyone shows himself a quad, he'll take them down.
The toughest part about this Chris J flank is that if he gets aim in, that's brilliant, but they still have to worry about Highway. It's wide open. Oscar realizes it. That'll give them some information. It also slows FaZe a little bit further, and that's beneficial to Chris, or is it? Nico's already got him down, so the flank is gone. And on top of that, now B becomes a massive problem because, exactly, they have to fall back because the rotation's going to go the other way. If they're that far pushed out, he knows that he's gathering information. At least they greet them in the middle, halfway there, but Nico again is the one to find the frag. He's now up to 3, the only 3 in this round for his team.
Yes.
Round, yeah, 4. Let's go. Looking forward, and he's got it as well. The ace to close out the half, 10-5.
Waving to the crowd. Over the showman, Nico stepping up there in the final round. It was a set piece at the very start, but great mid-round calls. You don't have to fully commit. If the smoke comes through, if the spanner's thrown into the works, you don't have to go all in with the strategy. Great awareness from him looking for the flanks, like you pointed out. He seems to be very aware of the possibility as well. Opening things up with a wall bang on Sunny, always the most frustrating kill to take. And then looks in the back.
Good.
Yeah, this takes a perfect shot as well. Ace in the final round.
How does Chris feel? In that exact moment, he's worked so
patiently.
patiently.
Like 40 seconds.
Yeah, it took forever to get there, and then it's just dead instantly. Nothing for it. That's so heartbreaking, but 10-5, certainly a solid half. And I think maybe what we expected on Cash, to be fair, especially after the heartbreak on Nuke for Mouse, but FaZe, through different iterations, not even this lineup, you go back to the Kingwin times, the G2 times, they always had some games on Cash that were scary.
Well, like we always say, you get 2 minutes at half to just discuss your tactics, use it as timeouts. And Mousesports certainly going to need it here. They're currently 1 map down at this best of 3. 10-5 down on Cash. Lose this map and they are out of the major. You can see, look in their faces says it all. They are not in a good place right now. We'll have a look at the buys while we're here, ladies and gentlemen. It will be 4 sets of armor for FaZe. No upgraded pistols. Karrigan with the defuse kit and the smoke. On the T side of Mousesports, they have Chris J on a P250. Actually drops that to Rops. We've seen this a few times now. So Rops will be called not so much a Superman these days. That was a Tech 9 armor, but it's an upgraded pistol and the armor to go with. Gives him a bit more range. He can go toe-to-toe with these USPs. Now have 1 tap potential. Chris J will have 1 smoke, 1 flashbang. Very common strategy on this map is smoking towards the highway from the A main entrance and then flashing in, sending your players through. That's common with just 1 smoke and the pistol. We'll see if it comes in as we get into it now. Default at the start. Nothing given away from the CTs from what I can see. Nico and Olofmeister not playing retake on the A-bomb side, actually challenging. Same story for Karrigan. He'll fall back. He knows he's got a stampede of angry terrorists coming his way. He will fall back safe and didn't take any damage.
In the hole, the tight corner on the approach, and they're making a ton of noise his direction. Chris finds him though. That's massive. As look at the shot from Robs. He's followed that up too. Karrigan's gone down just as quick. 2 headshots. He'll rotate back to just make sure the flank is covered off, and that's probably a good decision as Olaf's working at least to middle. Nico smoked off, desperate for something to go their way.
Bomb has been planted.
So they might consider saving their armor here. We'll see what they go for. They'll at least float the idea of going for the retake initially, but it is 5-on-2. Nico, USP in hand, sits in towards heaven. Seeing if there's anyone giving out their position here. The round out of their grasp at this point. Nico with the kit, remember, as well. Olaf will find 1. Now takes the headshot. That might be the end. Trying to do anything he can. The bomb will be going on. The armor at all, the defuse kit. Nico drops in. Olofmeister will be dropped by Rops eventually, by the looks of things. Rops looks in towards the mid warehouse and should be able to find the final shot. Very good work by him. 3 kills in total, make it 4 actually. Rops stepping up tremendously. As they hit the B-bomb site, it was Guardian who sat in the corner, had to at least find 1 kill, but he was punished with a very fast and exciting B split there from Mousesports, and the P250 paying dividends, 4 kills in total.
Finally getting a pistol in the series, one that's desperately needed. Chance to springboard. With a single AK, Rops as well is going to sit back to see if there'll be any pushes through B. Not a bad decision. Retake toward A. Set up for FaZe in this round. Sneaking. Oh, with the deagle.
Uh-oh.
Just barely gets to the angle where he can spot Oscar. What a fast shot.
Yeah, he's not done just yet, it seems, either. Spamming off towards the squeaky door, some damage can be done there, but still the advantage for Mousesports. With the weaponry they have, it's still a very difficult round for FaZe here. 5-on-4 as a start. 2 Mag-10s, Chris J and Sticko thrown into the bomb site first. Looks like they have to come in towards it. They've got no map presence whatsoever. Nico, Molotov out of position. Good work from Mousesports so far. Eradicating risk. That's going to be Olofmeister. Surely dead now.
Somehow he stays alive. He's only got 15 HP. Double Molotov in his position. And then look at what happens after. It's Nico's turn on the deagle. It's down to 2 versus 2. Thankfully, gun still for Mousesports, and Rops is compensating for the losses. He has 4 HP. Excuse me, he has 2 HP. Sonny has 4. At least they've considered the possibility of Rain working in from behind them. UMP picked up, and he's going to head the other direction. Instead, bomb is planted.
So the smoke down forces him to go towards highway. He's not got a kit. He knows how tantalizingly low they are in terms of HP. Smoke deployed towards the bomb site. One player at CT spawn, the other at the forklift.
180 split though, so even if Rain finds the first one, they're going to have to turn and react. He hasn't spawned toward fork. He's seen them instead with the low HP. Oh, the spray's got to go to the deagle, and that's just enough for Rops.
He gets it. It looked like a round where FaZe had done enough there with the deagles. They're always so deadly with that particular weapon. But Mousesports do it. They managed to hold it together just about. Their good positioning in the 2 versus 1. Olofmeister, that was filthy. As Sonny and Rops deliver the goods here. That was the key frag on Nico. Olofmeister was already low. Rops there. 2 HP, doesn't take any more damage. I think he was okay either way. The fact there was a lack of a kit there, but still is going to be a full eco now for FaZe. USPs, P2000, and they'll stack the B-bomb side. Mousesports do not want to rush in this particular round. Play a full default, as you can see in the top left. Just holding up, straight line, watching every single choke point, waiting for any CT pushes to come through. There's the first. doesn't have to overcommit to this, but knows he's just up against a default pistol. So that'll be an easy early kill there.
Just to make contact and fall off of it. Last round as well, even though it was SMGs and there was one AK, it's certainly expensive for Mousesports to have to rebuy 4 guns on round 3. And almost makes the bonus round a necessity if they get that far. It certainly puts them fragile going into the first gun round. Good shot from Sunny. He'll take down Olaf. The benefit of having some of the SMGs this round is that they can hope to at least build some of that back up. And goes down. They only lose Sunny. Imagine Sunny brings out an AK.
He certainly will. So then, this is a bit of a bonus round, we call this one. When you have great weaponry.
I think they almost have to do it just to build back up a little bit, because if they buy fully into this, they're broken instantly.
Yeah. So MAC-10s, UMPs, Galil. Sunny with the only real rifle there, the AK-47. FaZe have a huge upper hand going to round number 19. What's the play from Mousesports? Do they go for something fast and quick and throw those MAC-10s into the bomb site, or do they go for the slow, methodical default? Looks like it'll be a set piece. So this will be a fast play. Smokes will come in momentarily. They'll probably boost one player up towards middle and leave him there. That'll be Oscar. He won't commit. He won't try and get a pick towards middle. He's waiting to kill rotations on the white box area. Rob's waiting for any sort of CT aggression. Here come the smokes. This is what we call a set piece. Smokes, Molotovs, flashbangs will be deployed. One of the smokes will land towards heaven. MAC-10s will come in. Here's the response from the CTs. Can the Ts make any sort of entrance here?
Good position from Nico. Fires straight down on them, and then as the door opens, he's already got his vision fixed that direction. Finds another. Multiple frag round. 3 this time in total as Rops desperately shuts the door and tries to run away, but good luck. And a 1 versus 4, a minute to go.
Absolutely. Rops won't be able to do much about this one. UMP in hand, and like we said, the set piece coming in. Very common for Mousesports to deploy that sort of round when you have what we call the bonus round. You're just trying to deploy smokes and have that run and gun mentality with the SMGs. Didn't work out this time. Perfect response though from FaZe. Dropping the incendiaries, you can see they've got the timing to perfection there. You can have the incendiary down for around 7 seconds. As soon as you see the smokes come down, wait a couple of seconds, drop the incendiaries towards main entrance, towards the squeaky door, and then they have no choice but to push through. They have to try and use those smokes to their best advantage, and it didn't really work out. Nico, lovely spray down from up above, 11-8, and this is where the game really begins in the second half. All for Guardian, same story for Oscar, full buy on both sides.
Deep push through. Oh, how does Rops not find that one first rain? Partially blinded as well, it seemed. At least the animation suggested so. It was intended to blind up. Rops actually went deeper, so somehow Rain gets away with it. 46 HP, took 1 shot to the hip. He's again with the advantage. He said, Chris Baum.
It's the same tactic they were deploying before, minus 1 person there. Same smokes going to be deployed. That one goes on the catwalk. Flashes will go in, try and set up Oscar for a pick here. Olofmeister waits towards MBK. They have to commit. As we mentioned before, if you have no map presence and you've already deployed your smokes, no fakes are possible. So far, so good, edging their way towards the bomb site.
Guardian wasn't that truck originally. Smokes him down anyway, but Olaf still holding off from the fence. Sunny on top. Has to be aware of Nico, but he doesn't know that he's over toward Quad. Wow. And he steps out. Perfect timing. Sunny will put him down, but it doesn't matter. He did more than enough in the sight, and now money gone. Mousesports, 12 rounds for FaZe.
Really well played there by FaZe, and Mousesports lost that first pick at the very start. Came down to the 5 versus 4. Execution once again towards the A bomb side, but Olaf and Nico are playing scarily well so far. Nico especially, just finds that spray down. You just didn't think for a second he's going to miss a shot. The spray control's on point, the aim's there, and you can see them cowering away from him now.
10 rounds in, Nico, I think, about 10 rounds in, don't quote me, but it was 1 and 5, we mentioned it. And Guardian actually led the way with 13 kills. Guardian's now on 16 this far in, and Nico's up to 21, so yeah, he's definitely turned it on.
Since the gun rounds have begun in the second half, yeah, he's been a beast. 13-8, almost guaranteed here after FaZe win 2 in a row. Glocks, Deagles, and P250s, bit of damage there. Meister feeling a bit of pressure, but he'll fall back towards the sandbags. He's ascertained now that they are indeed on an eco, but damage being inflicted further. This is not looking like the clean round I was expecting.
Yeah,
Rob's down to 60.
Rob's the cheeky pre-fire through the smoke, actually. figured out the angle Kerrigan was playing. Olaf's got Sunny back down. Control from FaZe. In fact, we haven't seen a ton of aggression, to be fair, from FaZe on their CT side.
Not yet, especially not on this round. You do not want to be rushing the CT side against the pistols. That would be a disaster. But you might see next round. I think next round is a perfect time to do it. They've been quite calm and patient so far. Just as Mousesports might adjust to what they're doing, that's when you push in. I think that's probably exactly what's going to happen.
Kerrigan usually likes curveball calls, I would call that too, where you just change it up a little bit.
Because you have to remember, those full ecos, T-sides will use that as a sort of timeout itself. They'll discuss what they're going to do to the next round. And now, I expect something aggressive from FaZe. I feel like they'll be pushing in towards A entrance or maybe towards B storage, squeaky door for Guardian, just to mix things up, even if it's just subtly, just go for that first pick, just as Mousesports are trying to work out what's happening and why they're losing rounds.
There's almost two sort of early round battles. One is map control we always talk about. The other one is the pace. If you're able to control the pace, you basically hold all the cards in these situations. So by getting in their face, it does
They're doing it.
at least
Nico
make
and
them
Olaf going
consider.
towards mid entrance. Flashing in. Molotov's through, they're going for that control. So it's not super aggressive, but they're going for full control of A main.
And they get a lot of information on this too, because Kerrigan's now able to rotate off the truck, knowing that there's no one inside of A. That's going to strengthen B, as it was just Rain holding, allowing therefore the aggression on A. As they work in, he's going to play the smokes to perfection. Oh my goodness, it's Kerrigan to support it and get the third kill. Sticko looks back toward the heavens, and at least gets 2 kills back. Sunny's worked with him. It's dead level. And the bomb has made it into the site. Somehow Mousesports at least salvaged that, because a very desperate situation with the early spray down.
2 on 2. It seemed like there was a round that was completely impossible for Mousesports. Rain and Kerrigan getting it done, but then there's a lifeline. Olaf Meister comes in for the flank. Sunny holding towards Checker. The flashbang's good. It's perfect. Takes him down. Bomb planted. Nico has been such a beast so far. Does he have it in him again to find yet another clutch?
Good flash, good read. Not good enough. Sticko's able to step out, still find the shot easily. And it's Mousesports' first full gun in the second half. Still 13-9. And 2 players surviving.
Good round there from Mousesports. It seemed like it was done. You see the lineup from Rain? I thought he was getting all 5, but a bit of overextension there towards the end, perhaps, in the CTs. Didn't have to challenge one by one. Kerrigan got punished, and Sticko, great work. Guardian could have fallen back and kept the advantage. Opted to go for the peak, and Sunny will punish him for that. Sunny will manage to stay alive with Sticko there. 3 kills of Sticko in total. Definitely the support player of Mousesports, and delivering today, I would say. Looks very good on the CT side of Nuke, and now starting to wake up on the T side of Cash. There will be a tactical timeout coming through, and we'll see whether the money's still strong on either side. Yes, indeed it is. So FaZe with 1 AWP. And 4s across the board aside from that. And still with the Galil Mousesports, that'll be in the hand of Chris J. They need to win this round now. 2 players surviving the previous. Lose this, they'll be 49 down, and money will be in the bin.
Speaks volumes to the fact that Oscar and Chris are also on the bottom of the scoreboard when you talk about the op potential. Double op on this map as well. Just didn't work. Chris this time tantalizingly close to the inside of a smoke, and Kerrigan's actually gone inside of the garage with that smoke, so they're gonna have no idea. He didn't quite spot Chris, but he certainly heard him.
No!
Oh, that's a massive whiff! Guardian at least compensates, makes up for it, and finds his second. But that could have been done far more cleanly, I'm afraid.
Yeah, abysmal scenes from Kerrigan there. Run and gun, the M4. Could have even knifed him if he wanted to. Missed the shot, turns around, taken down, and there will be a chance for Mousesports here. That round looked like it was over for his position. Rain, one of the best aimers in the game, looking towards B storage now, stuck in the corner, uses the flashbang, just tries to get out. Not going to be challenging him. Good work, fancy footwork as he makes his way back towards Checkers. Back up from Guardian, also a headshot. 4 on 3. Should be a 5 on 3 really, but here we go. Oscar with another chance as he makes his way towards the vents. This is looking very good, in fact. Misses the shot as well.
Oscar, twice. You have to hit those, especially he's been struggling in this game. Olaf's position. Did Rob spot? I don't think he did. No, he's looking left. I thought they were going to look to the right. This is so good. Bye-bye. And 1. Rob's turns, jumps, however. That gives him no chance, and we've got 2 rounds left for FaZe.
What a baller. Olaf Meister sits in the corner, makes them look foolish as they walk past him. They don't check the corner. He is playing very, very well. This is some vintage Olaf we're seeing here today, Matt. It's actually brilliant to see. And as we said, that could be one of the final nails in the Mousesports coffin here. The money is broken, 14-9 down. They've got about $2.2 thousand per player. They will take a tactical timeout. Map down, and after losing their pick, Nuke, you can see You know what's about to come. Do they take a full eco here and allow FaZe Clan to have match points? Or do they go all in and risk it all and have no money to the next round if they don't win it? It looks like they've made the decision. I think they're going all in. CZs, UMPs. Not much apart from that, I'm afraid. It's just going to be pistols. They're focusing on the utility. You'll see another wall of smokes come in. This is do or die time now for Mousesports. Tournament life on the line. Julie to Chris J. A Nova for Oscar. What in God's name is going on here?
When all else fails, Henry, rush it. They're going to smoke down early. I'll sit back at least for a second, see if there's any aggression thrown their way. Rain above. Guardian, don't be misled by the X-rays out toward middle. He's actually Z connector, not inside of Checker, so it's just Rain for now on B. It does favor the speed these weapons possess. The call to get Guardian in position. There is a smoke toward the tree, so that op's not quite in position. I mean, Rain falls from above. It's got 3, and he's looking for the 4th as well. Doesn't want to overcommit. Knows Oscar still has to walk into the site.
God.
He's up to a 5th, and Sunny is all that is left. He will get the one to shut down the ace, but Nico is there, and it is series points for FaZe.
Desperate last attempt there from Mousesports. Going for the execution, but Rain reads it perfectly. He seems to sit in the corner, waiting for the flashbangs. He knows they could even be in the bomb site right now. He waits for the flashbang to come in, turns round. Not the craziest display of aim, but still gets it done. Spray transfer on point, gets the USP out. They have no idea what's going on at that point. Match point picked up, and I'm sure the money's still in a very problematic position. Yes, Deagles, armor, almost no grenade to speak of. This could be the final round of our first best of 3 here today.
Guardian. To get the shot in aggressively, it's Nico instead. It's going to push through, and that's pretty good because he finds Oscar at the lockers as well after taking down the long shot. Kerrigan is Sunny, and it's just Rops. Young Estonians' first time in the playoffs. He's certainly impressed, but it's not been enough. The mouse has bit the cheese, the trap is closed. 2-0 for FaZe. They'll move through to the semifinal, and our favorites move on. I won't say with ease after Nuke, but certainly on Cash it was an easier task.
Yeah, definitely not with ease, but Mousesports, it's the same heartbreaking story. Close, but no cigar again. They had the lead, they had the 15-13 advantage, and in a couple of mistakes, it cost them everything. If they won Nuke, third map definitely happening. They wouldn't have won Cash in my opinion, but still on Chain, they had a serious chance, and they're turning into a great team. They've got some work to do yet, but 2018, it's going to be a big year for them.
Absolutely. Huge improvement over the last half of the year. Remember, this was a team that had to take chances, brought in some signings, Rops especially, that really no one else had, I guess, the will to take or the need to take, and it certainly benefited. They've improved so much as an entire unit, especially considering that when Nico was carrying them, that was always the talk. That was all they had in their system. Both teams have improved, and Nico, first time in the playoffs, is going to be moving on to a semi-final, which is not too bad. 2-0 relative ease. Again, their focus is on winning this whole thing.
Yeah, they're hands down the absolute favorites going for this one. Mousesports, commiserations to them. And the first time we've seen them in the playoffs in a very long time. Chris J's first showing in, I think, what, 7? And it was a great game. Nuke, for me, was excellent. But overall, FaZe looked dominant.
Well, that said, the man who led the dominance, at least the brains behind it, is standing by with Smix. It's Kerrigan.
Thank you very much, Sadicus. Congratulations, Kerrigan. FaZe advances, and you have reached your first semifinal after nearly 2 years. The last time was MLG Columbus. How does it feel to finally make that top 4 again here at the Major?
That feels good. I'm just happy to be a part of this team, and we are playing so good, even though we kind of played bad on the first map, and Mousesports played really good Nuke. So I'm happy we took that home and did 2-0 today.
Well, break down Nuke for us, because despite you guys winning both pistols, like you just said, Mousesports nearly had the game. So what happened there?
I think when we played them ECS, I didn't have any clue how they played. We didn't anti-strat them that time, so I just watched the game we played against them. Had a kind of read, but I played so poor in the CT side, and that was one of the reasons why we choose to play Nuke first. So if we come to a second map and we're not feeling Nuke that good, so we were able to close out even when we weren't warmed up in the first map. So I'm just happy we somehow clutched it in, and amazing 2-on-1 by Nico in the end on 15-14. That was just the key moment.
Definitely a classic Nico play there, and with this 2-0, you're now going to be in the semifinal. Your next opponent can be either the dream story of Quantum Bellator Fire, or on the other side, we have Na'Vi, who is coincidentally the team that took you down back at that semifinal run at Columbus. So what are your thoughts on that potential matchup?
I think Quantum have reached their potential this event. I'm very, very surprised that they're able to beat Navi in a best of 3. Then it's just an insane run they had this tournament. But we saw how Gambit and Immortals won the last major, went to the finals. So I guess everything can happen in CSGO. You have seen that this tournament at least.
Well, you're definitely right in that regard. Congratulations again, Kerrigan. We are going to head to a short commercial break, but when we come back, as Kerrigan just mentioned, it will be Quantum Belter Fire and Navi. Stay tuned.